You're feeling it too? The stress, the overwhelm, the feeling of uncertainty that can come with a qualitative project. Let's see if we can relieve some of that with the 5 tips I have for you in this video for dealing with stress and overwhelm during your qualitative project. The first thing we need to do is to get our head straight about what it is that we're experiencing. Chances are that if you're overwhelmed, it's because there are a lot of unknowns in your project right now. Maybe you don't know how to approach this specific part of your research. Maybe you don't know what theory would work best. Maybe you don't know what this data is actually saying, and there could be 100 different things that you are just not sure about right now. And here's a few things I want you to remember in regards to that. First, uncertainty is a part of the process. That's why it's called research. You're literally putting the puzzle pieces together and discovering new insights. That's not an easy feat. Second, you don't need to know everything about a specific topic. I know it may feel like that because whenever we learn something new, we become aware of all the other things that we don't know. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you should go ahead and learn all that too. Because trust me, you'll just find even more things that you think you should learn. Third, you're not stupid, less than, not good enough, or other false things that you can tell yourself because you're feeling overwhelmed in your project right now. Actually, you're doing amazing. It takes brains to ask all those questions about what to do. If you didn't know everything that you know, then you wouldn't even be asking those questions. Now, of course, it's not particularly pleasant to be in this uncertain and overwhelmed state of mind. And if you're having trouble getting a breakthrough in your analysis, then I would recommend this video. The next tip has been one of the most powerful for me personally. It might feel like your project is consuming your life. You're thinking about it 24/7, and that might make it feel like it is your life or that your life depends on it. Well, maybe you're not consciously thinking that, but you're reacting emotionally to it as if it is. And here I want you to remember and take in that whatever project you are doing, however big and important it is not your life. It does not define you. It is not who you are. This project is temporary. In a month, in 6 months, in a year, you probably won't even think about it anymore. So I want you to try this with me. Take a deep breath. And repeat with me, in this very moment, everything is okay. In this very moment, everything is okay. If you have a hard time connecting with the truth of that statement, that's of course also completely okay. Maybe you want to try focusing more on your breath in order to connect you to the present moment. Now, we often get stressed and overwhelmed because we're thinking about all the things that we need to do. How can we ever complete all these tasks with the time we have? Now, that might be a sign that we need to do some prioritizing and look at our to-do list to see if there's anything that we maybe actually do not need to do. But the real tip I wanted to give you in regards to being overwhelmed with all the things we need to do is to simply just do one thing at a time. You can only do one thing at a time, so allow yourself to also only think about one thing at a time too. If you're working on your methodology, give your full attention to that. There's nothing else you need to do but that. If you're preparing for a semi-structured interview, devote yourself to that task. If we just take care of all these individual tasks, the project will take care of itself, or almost, but you know what I mean. For the next tip, we're getting physical. No, I'm not asking you to do a full workout routine. I'm just suggesting that you give your butt a little space from that chair and take that butt on a little walk or something that has more of your body moving than just your fingers. The advantage of incorporating some movement is that it takes us from our heads and into our bodies. And because we know that it's mostly our heads that creates all this stress and overwhelm, getting into our bodies and moving it can help relieve some of that. Now, before we move on to the last tip, I have a bonus tip for you on how to make someone stay with minimal effort. And that is simply to click the like button on their YouTube video. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Take a break. Do something else that's completely unrelated to your project and allow yourself to be fully present with whatever that may be. Take that much needed shower and just focus on how the water feels on your skin. Get that laundry pile moving and feel how satisfying it is to just do something really mundane. Play that game, watch that show, eat that delicious dinner. Whatever you do, just immerse yourself in it. The other day I had a personal epiphany, and that was that whatever I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing. Now that can also be seen in the grand scheme of things, that wherever I am in my life is where I'm supposed to be. But it can also mean that whatever task or activity you're doing, that is what you are meant to be doing at that very moment. Well, unless that activity is sitting around stressing about all the things you need to do. In that case, you just watch this video again and apply some of the tips. And now I want to hear from you. What is causing you the most stress and overwhelm in your research project? I would love to read your response in the comments, and it would help me help you better in the future.